Are you looking for a way to get fit? Are you looking for a way to get more power? Do you want to feel like an alpha beast roaming through the wilderness at the top of the food chain? Well, you need to turn to the one place that has all of the information, the Liver King, and he's going to explain to you exactly what to put inside of your body. And it's gross. It's incredibly gross. Want to know why? Because he's a quack, and this is
Quack Month.
That's right. Here on our podcast, every August, we delve into the secrets and the recipes and the formulas of all of the most delicious on the internet and beyond. And this week, my lovely wife, Mrs. Pearlmania, sitting across the room from me right now, she opened up how many tabs?
Too many tabs. Remember to smile.
That's right, this is Too Many Tabs, a podcast where a husband and wife duo sit across from each other in a room, and one of us does deep dive research or just kind of feels the vibes out on a topic. But this month, it's deep dive time because it is month.
It's Quack Month.
Quack Month, that's where, as we just said before the intro, you have traditionally done research on quacks. Some of the ones in the past have included a guy who sews up goat testicles inside of people.
Yeah, Barbara O'Neill, who thought she could cure cancer with baking soda and got kicked out of Australia.
Yeah, yep.
And more and more and more.
And more and more
Remember
and more.
the lady that just like punched people in the head?
And our listeners who have been listening to us for a very long time have come to love Quack Month.
It's the funnest month of the year.
It's the funnest month of the year. It's a great time to kick back, relax. And typically, you usually focus more on historical quacks.
Yeah, but
The ones who are dead and can't harm us anymore.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I decided to not do that this week.
No.
Because we did an episode not too long ago where we talked about the Liver King. Mm-hmm. And I'd been testing the waters, Liver King. I was like, this man is a quack.
Yeah.
And anytime we talk about testicles, suddenly quackery is there.
Yes.
And so I'd been researching, but then the people had spoken and they said, you better provide me a Liver King episode.
The people, especially on our Patreon at pearlmania500.net, they came into the comments. They said, give us Liver King. Give it to us now.
Give it to us now.
And then on top of that, we also reacted to those comments on our podcast, The After Party, which is only available on our Patreon.
Anyway, stop plugging the Patreon. I have something important you're not talking about. There's an elephant in the room. No, there's not. There's a goose in the room.
Oh, there's a goose in the
room?
room?
Do you want to talk about your shirt?
Oh, you mean the first ever piece of Too Many Tabs merch? That's right. To all the listeners who've been listening to us for a very long time, you've begged us for so long to make merch, and we've decided to make our first piece of merch about Mrs. P's favorite month of the year. And it's this shirt right here.
Okay, I'm going to describe it to the listeners because it's audio forward, and you're probably driving or listening at work, and you can't get to Google yet. Honks, not quacks. It's a picture of an angry goose going after a little quacky duck who's trying to sell some snake oil medicine. I've been working really hard on this shirt.
Yes.
And I'm so excited that it's launching when this episode goes live. So August 3rd, I believe the website. The links will be below on everything. And
the first batch will be released.
We're making two different styles. The one that Alex is wearing right now, where it's got the big picture on the front, letting everybody know you don't fall for quackery. And then I made one that's got like the little logo up in the corner, right over the heart, because I prefer a littler logo. So we have both styles. You're wearing comfort colors right now.
I'm wearing comfort colors. We have other there's a ton of different colors. There's so many different options. We're going to put the link down in the description of this episode so you can go to it directly. We'll also obviously have it over on all of our socials because we're so excited for it. And we're going to try to figure out how to do like
it's
the YouTube.
the only thing I've been working on.
I know. And can I, guys, I want to make a very big deal about this. This shirt is not AI designed. This is an actual artist design that we paid for and that we made sure that we had the copyright to and all those different things. Honks, not quacks. Wear it on your chest.
I didn't realize that you were putting so many bird sounds.
You put a lot. Stop. You put a lot of work into this. All right. You put in more work than just eating raw meat on Instagram.
Oh man.
Okay. And that's what we're here to
You're
talk
gonna
about.
Be so mad when you find out how much money you can make by eating raw meat on Instagram.
Here's the one thing I've learned from this show, especially whenever we get into quackery. Is that it pays to be evil.
It really does.
It pays to, if you don't give a shit about the human beings that you are about to harm, you can make so much goddamn money while also just straight up lying the entire time.
Yeah.
Everyone from the president of the United States all the way down to just the smallest Instagram grifter who is just selling classes. Every single one of them is making six figures on dog shit. So, without further ado, Mrs. Pearlmania.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
To boom me in the face with Liver King.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so do you remember, not too long ago, we did an episode where we went through and looked at the ratings of the way that Christians rate our movies.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, it was a very recent episode.
Yeah, recent episode. It's called You Won't Believe How MAGA Christians Rate Our Favorite Movies.
Yes, I remember that episode.
Okay, so one of the things we thought was really funny is that they put little summaries at the top of each movie, remember? So I've decided that this episode has a little summary.
Okay.
Okay, and it's called...
A byline, if you will.
A byline.
Yeah.
And it's called, Why Eat Vegetables When You Can Eat Testicles? Let's go.
Bars. Okay, so we're opening with bars. We're opening with merch and bars. Got it.
August is the month.
Okay.
She's Leo. She is that girl. So listen.
Okay.
Brian Michael Johnson. That's right. 3 basic names.
Wait, that's the Liver King's government?
Yeah. Brian Michael. 2 first names.
All right. I have to. I'm going to derail us immediately.
Yeah.
Does he go by Brian or does he go by Michael when he's not going by Liver King?
I think it goes by Brian.
Okay, because there's so many people that I'll meet where they have their middle name is just a first name.
Yeah.
Because I'm not from a first name middle name family.
No.
All right. It's just it catches people up here off guard. But
As a Catholic girl from the 90s, middle name just Ann. Is it everybody?
yeah, I mean that's just how it goes.
It just goes there.
Yeah. Okay.
So Brian Michael Johnson was born March 2nd, 1978 in Bay, Puerto Rico, due to his father's job in the U.S. Air Force.
Okay.
And soon after relocated to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas.
Got it.
Brian's father died suddenly while he was still an infant. Okay.
Okay. So no father figure.
No father figure.
Got it.
Johnson claimed...
So wait. So the Liver King does fatherless behavior is what you're telling me?
That's exactly
From
what
the
I'm-
jump.
From the jump.
From the jump.
Fatherless behavior.
Got it. Okay.
Johnson claims that he was active in sports growing up, participating in BMX, but he was undersized for his age and had a bad speech impediment that required extensive speech therapy.
Okay.
He states he was bullied frequently and claims he was knocked unconscious after a bully punched him in the back of the head on the first day of middle school.
Okay.
Bullying's not cool, dudes.
No, bullying's not cool. And also, I feel like no one has a good middle school story.
No.
My middle school life was horrific.
If you enjoyed middle school, I think you were a bully.
That's the only people who enjoy. And middle school, by the way, is 6th through 8th grade. Some people have junior highs, which are actually shifted a little bit more. I think those are like 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
They're like weird. In America, they're all over the place on like what that middle area is. Elementary is typically like kindergarten through 5th. And then high school is typically, and then like we when we moved there, they have like a difference around here where there's like one of the high schools is only juniors and seniors, 11th and 12th. So that it's weird all over the place. So like I actually want to make the clarification. And then for our international listeners, middle school is a American torture device that is designed to take prepubescent and pubescent children, shove them together in a place called a cafetorium, and then they scream at each other for hours on end while beginning to cry.
See, again, Catholic school... We did 1 through 8.
Yeah, see,
together.
You didn't even have a middle.
1 through 8 together.
That's insane.
Same class the whole way through.
That's insane.
And then after 8th grade, you go to high school, and they segregate you by gender. So I was in a co-ed school with kids from 1st grade to 8th grade, all the same kids.
Yeah.
And then after we went to high school, I went to an all-girls Catholic high school, and then all the boys went to an all-boys Catholic high school.
Yeah,
because we can no longer be trusted together.
Public school shuffles them. They shuffle them around.
Yeah,
They're like
shuffle.
They shuffle them around like Catholic priests. They shuffle them around.
Oh, okay.
But also the fact that you would put a 6-year-old in the same building as a 13-year-old, that is a war crime.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that out there right now.
Well,
they need to separate them.
I turned out fine. What are you talking about?
You're telling me about the Liver King.
So Brian says everything changed in middle school when he found his mom's boyfriend's weight set.
Okay, that was a very pregnant pause.
I know.
That was a very pregnant pause. All right, weight set. Got it.
Set. The gym became his safe space where he could, quote, control all outcomes.
Wait, you telling me he's into a safe space?
He had a safe space.
He had a safe space. Mm-hmm. Wow. Triggered much, Liver King? Keep going.
Okay. So again, the idea of controlling all outcomes, not great.
No,
Anybody that needs to control outcomes like this early on, not great, bud. You're going to need therapy.
That's one of those signs, because that's a, what's the mechanism?
Coping mechanism.
Yeah. You have to control everything. Anyone I've ever worked with who's been a huge jerk at work and needed to control everything, their home life, completely unstable.
Yeah.
Because it's the one place where they can get it. And so he's trying to do that. He doesn't have a stable home life or life in general. Mm-hmm. So he's going and he's lifting weights, which is also, it is fine. Like going to the gym, working out, and like trying to find an area where you can make sense and maybe even think and meditate. That's good.
Yeah.
We're pro that.
It's the addition of I need to control every aspect of it.
Yeah.
That's where it gets a little...
Control all outcomes in a world that is uncontrollable you're eventually...
That's how you end up in a church basement sitting in a circle, y'all.
Yep.
So anyway, his hard work pays off.
Okay.
By 16, he's got a new physique, and he started to earn respect from his classmates.
Okay.
Especially after someone compared him to Marky Mark.
Mark Wahlberg?
Mark Wahlberg.
Wait, so
That's a literal quote.
Okay. We've mentioned it here on the show before. You have a deep, unresolved hatred of Mark
I'll never
Wahlberg.
let it go.
Okay.
Fuck Mark forever. All 3 of his nipples. Okay. He was convicted of a hate crime that he's never truly apologized for.
But
also he's a bag of shit.
It really came down to the fact that you worked at a hotel that Mark Wahlberg stayed at, and he was such an asshole.
That was literally 20 years ago. I still viscerally hate Marky Mark.
I'm doing the math. I think it was more than 20 years ago.
Shut up.
Okay. But here's the thing. Also, 16, new physique. I have a very similar story to the Liver King. I got bullied viciously in middle school. I have a Jewish last name. I got red hair, glasses. I had braces. I'm a very pale man. We're doing a lot of color correction right now to make me look human, right? All these different things. So I was bullied like viciously until I started doing karate. They still bullied me. I just stopped caring. I got into physical shape. You know, I looked better. But the day everyone accepted me was when I got high my senior year. And like suddenly kids were like, oh, we thought you would call the cops. Do you want to come to a party? And then I started going to party. I was like, what do you mean?
They thought you were a narc.
The entire time. They're like, we thought you were just like some weird narc, but you like to get high and listen to Pink Floyd. I was like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
And then suddenly all of the kids were like, oh.
So really, you don't need to go to the gym to control all outcomes. You just need to smoke a blunt. So he attends Texas Tech University. Okay. Where he gets his bachelor's degree in biochemistry.
Oh, wow.
And he was heading off to medical school.
Biochemistry is a difficult degree.
Exactly.
That is actually an incredibly difficult degree. That's like one of the, it has a very high dropout rate and a very high failure rate. So good for him. I mean, that's crazy to have that.
So he gets the bachelor's degree in biochemistry. His idea is he's going to medical school.
He's going to be a doctor.
He decides he's not doing that anymore.
Okay. Any reason why?
I could not find a reason why, but I think what the next thing he does kind of makes sense. Okay. He moves to Houston. Okay. To pursue a job as a pharmaceutical rep.
Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Got it.
So I think that explains it.
So let me explain this to international listeners because they're not going to understand the deep-seated history.
Can you imagine not knowing what a pharmaceutical rep is because your drugs aren't controlled by pretty people?
Could you imagine not knowing what a pharmaceutical rep is because your country wasn't tricked by Ronald Reagan in 1948 to not get universal health care? Pharmaceutical reps, there's been some law changes, but now who knows? In our current environment, who knows anymore, folks? But pharmaceutical reps go to doctors and they upsell medicine. And typically they were gorgeous people. But also highly charismatic people who would go to doctors' offices and take them out to lunch. Maybe even especially in the Houston area, you're talking about down in Houston, talking about down in Texas. I'm not saying I know definitely this happened, but they were definitely taking them to strip clubs and stuff like that. They were plying doctors with drinks and getting them to associate certain meds with like good times and also to be like, you should prescribe. I know that there's a generic that's much cheaper, but just do us a favor here at XYZ Corp and make sure they use the brand name that's 100% more expensive.
Yeah, they're hot lobbyists. They're
Yeah.
hot local lobbyists. So I was a bartender for a million years.
Yeah.
And all of the girly pops that wanted to get out of bartending, that were exceptionally good looking.
Yeah.
And again, being a bartender is part of that job is charisma.
Yeah.
Is the ability to talk to strangers, make eye contact, engage with people. And so if you're pretty and maybe you saved up your bartending tips to get a new pair of tits,
Yep.
you could pivot into pharmaceutical reparee real quick.
Yeah.
You don't need a bachelor's in biochemistry to do it.
Yeah,
you just need to be able to shake hands and make conversation and flirt a little.
It is office to office sales.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical repping was doctor's office to doctor's office sales, and also like going to conventions and doing all these different things. They were representatives of the pharmaceutical company. I think when Obamacare got passed, I know there were some tweaks there, and I think there was some other legislation that tweaked things. The same way, like when you hear a ad for, if you don't want to hear ads on this podcast, by the way, join us at pro9500.net. But if when you hear an ad for pharmaceuticals in general, it used to be very quietly, very quickly, like an auctioneer selling cattle in Texas. It was good. This cause of death. And you're like, wait, what was that? And they actually passed a law. They're like, they have to say it at like a very specific speed, and there's a very specific decibel volume, so they have to be like, this could give you loose, oily bowels and may cause early onset diabetes,
Your
impotence,
ears might
and
fall
death.
off.
Yeah, and death.
It's always and death.
And death.
And you're like, okay, great. I was
Okay.
just watching Judge Judy and this happened.
Yeah.
So this is the main thing. He states he wanted this high-paying job because, again, they make a lot of money.
Yep.
He wanted this high-paying job in
They made a
pharma,
shit ton of money. Yeah.
pharma because he likes his expensive hobbies, specifically snowboarding.
Got it.
Living in Texas to be a snowboarder
Is insane.
Wild choice.
That's like living in Florida and really loving ice hockey.
Yeah.
Which still catches me off guard that they have a team. But that's fucking insane.
So
and pharmaceutical reps made shit tons of money.
So
These
much
were
money.
these were high paying jobs.
Commission based, baby.
Yeah. It was crazy.
So he does this because he wants to be able to afford his life. So I think, it doesn't ever say that he could have went to medical school, but he actually saw that he could be a pharmaceutical rep and make more money than doctors. So
And have less debt.
and have less debt.
Have less student debt.
Yeah.
He had a bachelor's degree amount of debt. Anyone you've ever met who's going to med school, and also even going to med school, there's no guarantee that he could graduate from med school.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all these different risks that go along with it. You're looking at $100,000, $200,000 in debt that you'll be in, and then you have to go start a practice or go join at a hospital or any of these different types of things. And it's starting a practice. Think of how much debt that is.
Yep.
Instead, just tell doctors to push Cialis instead of Viagra, folks.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what pharmaceutical reps' jobs were. Don't tell them to take one pill when they want to get that boner tonight. Tell them to take a pill every single day so they can get a boner whenever they want.
Yeah.
Which is why
There was this old guy that used to come into the bar I worked at who was a regular.
Yeah.
And whenever he would see a hot young thing, because he was an older gentleman, and he would sit at the bar. He was a lovely regular. Just a weird old guy. And he would sit at the bar, and every time like a hot young girl would come in, he'd be like, can you send her a drink for me? Because I can see Alice tonight.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
And then I would laugh like that and be like, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
And then you went over and you were like, hey, just so you know, there's an old creep at the end of the bar that's taking boner pills because the podcasts haven't been invented to explain chewies to him.
No, I'd be like, oh, so you're a pharmaceutical rep? He just bought you a martini.
Yeah.
So anyway, while he's out snowboarding, he meets his future liver queen.
Oh.
Her name's Barbara.
Oh, God.
And
Liver
she's-
Queen is such a better name
Than Barbara?
than Barbara.
And she's
Hi, I'm Barbara from Houston.
and she's a dentist.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, dentist and
They
pharmaceutical
were already,
rep.
oh my God, they were already making so much money. Like they were already fine. They were already set up in a way. I'm already mad. I'm
Yeah.
already mad because
Yeah.
I know how I know how like the millions they make via grift is so crazy. Okay, go
But
ahead.
they could have lived a nice lifestyle as a pharmaceutical rep and a dentist. Anyway, they get married. And they create, quote, this is from their website, a vertically integrated dentistry practice.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, God. So basically, it means that they invested in a bunch of equipment so they can control the multiple stages of the dental care supply chain in-house. So in-house lab service, specialized equipment, and even partnerships with direct healthcare providers.
Oh, okay. So it's a vertical monopoly.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's just an in-stack monopoly where they can. Okay. So to explain to people, you go to the dentist, you go get a cleaning. They say you need a cavity, but also they're like, you also need to you might need braces, you might need X-rays. Back in the day, you used to actually go to multiple different places. Slowly over time, a lot of dentist offices do this now, where they have more and more combined. But then it also sounds like that they have partnerships with other healthcare providers. Which also would mean insurance companies and other things like that, to be like, oh, we'll get to the top of the list, maybe those different types of things. Is that what that means?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what they do is they build out this dentistry practice and then they sell it. They sell the dentistry practice because Brian has a new idea and his wife is sold on it.
Okay. Well, real quick.
Sure.
Before we start that new idea,
Okay.
I have a new idea that I want to share with our viewers, and it's a sponsor for this week's episode. We'll be right back right after this. When you want closet staples that are always going to be great, turn to Quince. They're your one-stop shop for timeless clothing that lasts. With stuff like breathable flow knit polos and comfortable lightweight pants, they'll take you from the bar to the office, from church all the way to court. You're all set no matter what the day has in store. Quince gives you luxury without the markup. By cutting out the middlemen, you're looking at prices that are half the cost of similar brands, including this lovely 3/4 zip that I'm wearing right now.
You look great.
Thank you. I also have a button-up, a Henley short sleeve shirt that is very nice. I just love the way it flows, like the airflow gets through it and all these different things. But also, I'm getting ready for the fall, so I'm excited to start rocking this 3/4 zip. And I just love the colors. And you know what? If you go to Quince, you're going to get major compliments, and you're going to find mornings easier because you're not going to be looking as hard in your closet for something to wear before you go to your job. Stick to the staples that last with elevated essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/TMT for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/TMT to get free shipping and 365 days return. Quince.com/TMT. Tell me more about the Liver King and his Liver Queen.
So they're selling the dentistry practice because Brian has a new idea.
Do they say who they sold it to?
They don't. And also, I couldn't find out how much they sold it for. However, Brian says that the practice was valued at $5.2 million the last year they owned it.
Okay.
So they sold it for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, $5.2 million is enough that you could invest and live you can live pretty well off the interest. You could buy property. You could do all these other different things. That's a lot of money. Now, we don't know how much debt they had in the business, though. That is one thing to keep in mind, because a lot of people.
I'm not going to keep it in mind.
I know, but I'm saying to the listeners and stuff like that, because sometimes you can have a business that's worth $5.2 million, but you could be leveraged up your ass with like the building, that's medical equipment's very expensive. All these different things are bought on loans, so like that is all a possibility. I'm just saying that this is all a possibility.
Okay, what I'm saying is dentists have a high unaliving rate. Self-unaliving rate, and she was like, let me get out of dentistry. That's what I think happened.
Oh.
She probably got bored. She was like, oh, you have this new idea? And he's like, I have this idea about social media.
Do you want to know here? Okay. Yes, that is where I knew this was going to go. But do you want to hear where a lot of dentists invested their money?
Where?
The Evil Dead franchise.
What?
Do you know Evil Dead?
Yeah.
With Bruce Campbell?
Yes.
With the Raimi was the director?
Yeah. Sam
Raimi. Their original investors a lot of them were dentists who had all this extra money.
Okay.
Because like, again, when they once they pay off a lot of this, at least back in the day, they could pay off a lot of stuff like their dentist chair and like the drills. Yeah, you had to buy new drill bits, but they didn't have once their overhead was met, they just kept having all this money raking. Like I've met dentists who have like crazy rich people hobbies. Yeah. Because they don't know what to do.
Our dentist literally, like, sometimes you can't book. I'll be like, oh, I need to go get this cavity filled. They're like, oh, we're sorry. He's on a 4-week sabbatical in Africa.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
We had a family friend who was a dentist, and he got super into blues guitar. I didn't say he got good at it, but he got super into it. He owned a lot of blues guitars. And I was just like, this is crazy. How much was my mouth again?
Oh,
and so this is one of those things. So like they have all of this excess income anyway. So I'm just saying so it's crazy to leave that.
You don't understand what a good idea he had.
I understand.
He told his wife he had a good idea for social media.
Okay.
And then it was worth selling their business that they built for years and giving up on both of their jobs that they had to start a social media business.
Got it.
You ever been in that conversation?
Never. I've never once turned to my wife and said, "Why don't we give up the safety and security of a monthly paycheck and having health insurance through a corporate provider and any of these different things?" I've never once said that. And so let's throw it to the wind, to the whims of an algorithm, and then also plead with people to join us at pearlmania500.net, where you can get ad-free listening, and also check out our new. Don't forget the merch, guys.
I've been working really hard on the merch.
Honks, not Quacks.
This is a Mrs. P's special, Honks, not Quacks.
She sold her Botox firm.
So
put a little botulism in your forehead, feel a lot better.
Feeling great.
Yeah.
Looking great. So he decides he's going to launch this social media campaign in September of 2021.
Okay.
And
good time to do it.
Within 6 months of launch, he gained 1 million followers.
Okay.
And his audience grew to 1.7 million on Instagram.
All right.
And then 3.8 million on TikTok.
Okay, now I'm mad. I'm real mad now.
Yeah, why are you mad?
Because he has 700,000 more followers than me on TikTok.
Oh.
4 years ago. I mean, listen, I will say, having 3.8 million followers on TikTok, is that his 2021 number still?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Well, whenever, like, having it back then actually was more.
Yeah.
Like, now there's, like, TikTok in general, like, your actual follower count doesn't matter that much. Because it's all about, you can throw something out. Somebody with no followers can throw something out there, and the algorithm can take it and throw it.
Yeah, suddenly you
it.
could have no followers and cry in your car that somebody kicked you out of a house party that you brought an antipasto salad to.
Yeah, and then
suddenly the entire world knows and it's on the news.
Yeah, and you're fighting against a town that's trying to, I think, murder you. But anyway, the whole TikTok.
I think you're right that she's in protection.
It feels like.
It feels like.
Okay, no, we're not doing this aside. We're not doing this aside.
Sorry.
Wait, look at me.
Yeah.
Get off the meat and cheese and get back into the raw meat
Let's
that is
go.
the Liver King. But real quick, so he grows it to 1 million.
Yeah.
That rapidly. And what's the content at this point in time?
So the content at this point in time is him shirtless,
being big,
working out, being big.
Okay.
And he works out by like carrying big chains around the woods. And by the woods, I mean it's his backyard. He owns this huge mansion in Texas, but it has a lot of land on the back, and so he pretends he's in the woods.
Got it.
Okay, so he's in the woods, he's working out, and he's eating raw meat.
2021, there were a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Especially around then, because I remember there was another guy who looked kind of like a Viking, and he would do like Viking craft stuff. Like he'd make like a little axe out of stone.
Yeah.
And he would use
It was
like
all
primitive
about getting
tools.
back to nature.
Well, again, this is also just outside of COVID.
Yeah.
And like the lockdowns are beginning to lift. We're finally starting to get the vaccines. People are finally able to leave their homes. And a lot of people actually did get a connection back to nature because with concerts closed, restaurants closed, bars closed, all those different things, a lot of people, I mean, we discovered it, which was, we started discovering where every single public park near us was to go to a different public park. I got super into birds.
Yeah.
Super into birds.
Still into birds.
Check
out the bird tier list video on YouTube. It's my favorite video.
We'll link it down below. This is P was like, you're going to make a tier list about birds. But with all of this different stuff, like a lot of people were going through this where we were trying to figure out like, where did we go wrong? All these different feelings. You have the fallout from the 2020 election. There's very much a feeling of like, how do we get back to basics?
Yeah.
And so seeing a man in the woods who's
carrying
huge,
chains.
and he's huge.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we haven't really touched on too. I'm sure we've thrown up images on the YouTube, but he is massively swollen.
Yeah.
He has a professional wrestler's physique. He looks very much like he looks like a He-Man action figure.
Yes.
Like
in that he's short.
He's short, but he has like the stubby legs, but like he has like the real swollen pecs.
Yeah. His 6-pack is like bulging.
I think he has an 8.
Probably.
He has like a crazy 8-pack, but like also sometimes when looking at that, after seeing Drake's 8-pack, I'm like, V12 is a fast one.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That that build, that alpha muscular build, that is due to working out, living by the ancestral tenets.
The ancestral tenets.
And eating raw meat.
So a pharmaceutical rep living in Houston, Texas knows what the tenets of ancestry are?
Yeah, and I want to tell them to you.
Okay, tell me the ancestral. So these are his rules to live by, basically. Okay.
The Liver King ancestral tenets, because this is ancestral living. Okay, number 1, sleep. The first ancestral tenet is sleep because it trumps everything else. It's the time when the body and brain detox, recover, rebuild, and restore.
Did he mean to say Trump's? Is that these direct quotes?
Yeah, this is from the website.
Oh, this is from the website. Okay. Number 1 thing, sleep. Okay. This is already feeling very Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
This is already.
We're gonna make our bed and go to sleep.
Hey, because this is so many of these grifters and so many of these self-help gurus do the same exact route, which is: does your life feel uncontrollable? Do you feel like you not have anything? Have you thought about taking a shower and going outside?
Have you considered drinking a glass of water and taking a nap?
Yeah. We should make a list.
Oh, it'd be so good.
We should make a list. What would it wouldn't be ancestral tenets. What would it be?
Oh.
You know what? Get down in the comments. Tell us what our list would be.
Okay, ancestral tenet number 2. You're never going to guess what this is.
Okay, go ahead.
Eat. That's right. Right after sleep, we got to eat.
Did you eat today?
The second ancestral tenet is eat because we evolved eating the whole animal. Dun, dun,
Does that include the animal whole?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It means you eat the whole animal.
The whole animal?
Part of the ancestral tenets is that we eat all of the animal. Okay.
But that's not.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Ancestral tenet number 3, move. There is a mismatch between our physical activity we experience the modern world and our ancestral environment. That's why the third ancestral tenet is move. See, now that sentence didn't make any sense.
Okay, it does actually.
Okay,
let me read it to you as a man who lives in the suburbs.
Oh, mansplain this to me, please.
I'm going to. We sit too much. That's it. That's literally it. It is actually a thing that I've heard this on NPR. Yeah. I've heard this plenty of different places. It wasn't being sold to me by a bunch of hokum and bullshit to try to get me to go buy bone broth or some shit. Move is true because we spent, like when I had a cubicle job, I sat for 8.5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Your body's not designed to sit for 8.5 hours a day. That's not counting the commute to drive in. Like there's a difference when Americans go to Europe. They're like for a week. They always are like, I feel so much better. It must be because of the clean food. It's
like
the same.
Just walking.
You're walking everywhere. You're walking everywhere. They have public infrastructure, and you're walking everywhere. When we're in the suburbs, everything is a fucking 10 to 15 minute drive everywhere. And what do people do when they get to the parking lot? They try to find the closest fucking parking space to then go into a warehouse where you then watch people have to get onto a fucking rascal scooter that is designed not for, like, it's just fucking insane.
Yeah.
And we have, like, we're all, when we look at our society and then we watch a movie like WALL-E and we get to, like, the second act of WALL-E and we don't learn and we go, this must be a secret plot by the cabal. Like, no, idiot. No. They're trying to tell you.
They're trying to tell you. Ancestral tenet number 4.
Okay.
Shield.
Like
Shield.
Like with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins?
Yes.
The Shield?
The 4th ancestral tenet is shield because we need to avoid dangers, just like our early ancestors did. But instead of running from lions, nowadays we run from seed oils, excessive Wi-Fi, EMFs, and man-made poisons.
All right, there it is.
That's right.
This is where okay, we're getting...
Do you feel the quackery beginning?
The second you said seed oils, I'm over. I'm done. He started with I mean, maybe they added seed oils more recently.
Excessive Wi-Fi because, again, he's a social media star, so he knows he's on Wi-Fi.
He is the only way to interact with him is Wi-Fi and 5G.
Yeah.
There's no other way. We're not running cables the way we used to because we can just send it to each other.
What do you think man-made poisons are?
Man-made poisons are definitely whatever buzzword is trending that week. I mean,
inflammation.
Listen, the way, I agree that we have too much corn syrup and everything.
For sure.
Because right now, that's one of the distractions they're trying to... We're recording this episode a couple weeks early. This was one of the distractions that Donald Trump tried to use.
Yeah, real sugar cola.
Yeah, we did put a real cane sugar back in Coca-Cola. They're going to
Stop
change.
asking about the Epstein files.
Yeah, stop bringing up Epstein. Stop, folks. We're gonna get real. And then RFK Jr. actually posted. He's like, Steak and Shake is now. This is destroying my voice, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't care. All right,
Okay.
It's for the bit.
I got it.
Steak and Shake is now gonna sell real sugar colas, Coca-Cola in all their stores. Oh, you mean like every burrito place?
Yeah.
Every fucking Mexican. It's called Mexican Coke, buddy. I know RFK Jr. because you were a junkie for 14 years. When you hear Mexican Coke, you think, no, it's from Colombia. No, idiot. They have real cane sugar down in Mexico because they had different laws around it. Pass the fucking law, but you won't. You know why you sons of bitches won't? Because especially when it comes to corn syrup, because Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, North Carolina, all these other fucking red states are being propped up by corn subsidies. Our government pays to keep the price of corn at a certain level, so people feel they have to grow corn, so we have too much corn. So then they're like, how do we do, much like our cheese wheel episode. I love that we're calling back to so many different things, but just like our fucking cheese wheel episode where we ended up with caves full of fucking cheese, the government ended up with too much fucking corn. So they were like, what do we do with it? And they're like, we figured out how to make sugar out of it. Okay, well, is it cheaper than real sugar? Yes, it's cheaper than real sugar. Put it in the colas. Which colas? All of the colas. All of the fucking colas are full of fucking corn syrup, except for the ones that you get from a glass bottle from Mexico.
Yeah, and they're tariffed now.
And they've been heavily tariffed. But also, they have so many rules in all their different countries when it comes to these different things because the lobbyists aren't targeting those countries in the same way. Do you want to hear no difference in Mexico? When you go down there, Smacks, right? Sugar Smacks. Captain Crunch.
Smacks. I was like, are we talking about RFK again?
No, we're not. No. But Sugar Smacks, Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
The Trix Rabbit, right? Let's go down some more. Tony the Tiger. Name some other cereals. Toucan Sam. The Lucky Charms Leprechaun. Yeah, whatever. I think his name's Lucky. I think he's Lucky the Leprechaun. Who are some more?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, the reason why is in Mexico, they're banned. They're not allowed to put them on cereal and sell them because they're like, no, you're trying to trick kids, much like cigarette companies used to. We banned cigarette companies from targeting children. We banned them from, at least as of this episode. Yeah. As of this episode, cigarette and tobacco companies are not allowed to do heavy marketing on television and the radio. When we were kids growing up, they sold fucking Newports and Cools on fucking billboards. They sold the Camel Joe.
With the big penis nose?
Yeah.
It was like
Camel Joe had a big dick nose that was a subliminal messaging, like that was worked on by Bernays. But we talk about our Bernays episode. There are so many different fucking levels of marketing that has been aimed at people that is, yes, it is poison if you don't have moderation around it. And like, that's the thing when you look at all this different stuff. The bullshit he's saying with EMFs, that is just in general, just trying to claim that there's electrical signals are what's causing cancer. But obviously you can get control of your life. So then you want to cover yourself in tinfoil or whatever. You're going to create a Faraday cage. All these different things that he is going to sell you through his bullshit site.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go to ancestral tenet number 5.
Okay.
Connect. The 5th ancestral tenet is connect. Our early ancestors were in constant contact with the earth 24/7, 365. Now, see, I feel like this one doesn't explain itself as well as maybe SHIELD did.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull up the video. So all of his ancestral tenets have a little video he's made on his website. Because I've pulled all this directly from the Liver King website, of course.
Okay,
I'm going to the source.
Yeah. Source materials on your research.
So if you could pull up the video that I have linked for you of ancestral tenet number 5, connect, so we can play that.
Okay.
The 5th ancestral tenet is connect, aka get the earth on you. Because our early ancestors were in constant contact with the earth 24/7, 365. The earth has a slightly negative charge, which provides a grounding force. But with the advent of rubber-soled shoes, cars, houses, and elevated beds, we no longer come into contact with this grounding force. Think about it. When was the last time you had your bare feet planted on the earth? The benefits include better sleep, better hormones, better, leaner, stronger body. All you have to do is take off your shoes and anchor your bare feet directly into the earth, or hug a tree if you're still making excuses about snow on the ground. Get early morning sun and earth on you every day. These are our ancestral waves primals to express your highest and most dominant form.
he paid somebody for that clothes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But okay, let me just go back into what he's saying here. There is some technical correct things in here. Not about touching the earth, okay? Even though you should touch grass.
Yeah.
Oh my God, touch grass. Connect is actually touch grass.
Yeah.
Ancestral tenet number 5 is touch grass.
Yeah.
Please. But vitamin D, getting sun on you. Yes, you can get seasonal depression. I take this from a very pale man, okay? There are aspects. This is the thing with pseudoscience. This is the same things with these quacks, okay? They take a little thing that is technically correct, and then he says, don't wear shoes. Wear shoes.
No,
our earth is covered. Our earth is covered in rusty nails right now. I don't know how to explain this to you guys. Rusty nails. There's bugs. There's all these rubber-soled shoes are keeping you from the EMF charge of the negative polarity. No, the polarity has doesn't have shit to do with shit. Oh my God.
Listen, I won't even wear flip-flops in the city.
No.
We're wearing shoes.
No, wear shoes. Many people don't even live near dirt.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like when we lived in Philadelphia, one thing I remember a friend of mine telling me is he worked with kids. And this program would take children from the city and take them out to like central Pennsylvania to like farms and stuff like that.
God.
And these kids who had grown up their entire life in the city had never like they refused to take their shoes off to just like walk barefoot in a field.
Yeah.
Because the parks they were used to were always had needles in them, had rusty nails, and it had all these different dangers. And everyone's like, no, when you're outside, you wear shoes. And like I understand there is a small thing, but the part that gets me is because Liver King is very MAGA coded and also very, because this has been part of the party switch, how the left has lost the crunchies.
Yeah.
He literally says, hug a tree. Tree hugger was a derogatory term made up for environmentalists and for hippies and for people who were like, hey, big giant corporation, please stop polluting our rivers to the point that everyone in our town gets cancer.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to hug a tree? And literally Liver King's like, hey, you be a real alpha, hug a tree so that way you can get, actually even
But
there's
he
voice
doesn't
in
want to
that.
hug the tree so that you can save the tree.
Yeah, no.
We need to hug the tree so you can steal its energy.
So you can, he's an energy he's a tree energy vampire.
Yeah, basically.
Got it. So that's connect. Now, don't make a connection with the community.
No.
Don't make a connection with another person.
No.
Connect with the earth. Not
Alone.
Mother Earth, though.
Alone.
Yeah, alone connection.
He's a lanternfly. He's ruining the trees.
Oh, God.
So
You're supposed to smush those. If you see a lanternfly,
put a picture up, Mr.
Put a picture
Third.
up.
This is the enemy of the pod.
this is the enemy of the pod. Kill on sight.
On site.
Okay.
Always. I'd be squishing them. I'd be squishing
Listen,
them.
I hope that's a picture of a lanternfly he put up. Because he
We
could.
are going to check.
We're going to try because we just gave him too much power. I put up, I said, kill on sight. He could have put anything there.
It better have been the bug.
It better have been lanternflies.
So ancestral tenet number 6, cold.
What?
Cold.
Is this ice baths?
Comfort is not good for the organism. This is why the 6th ancestral tenet is, quote, get cold. This is literally cold plunging or taking hot, cold showers in 60-second intervals. Yes, that's what it is.
Okay.
He's into cold plunging, or if you are too weak to cold plunge, when you're taking a shower, 60 seconds of warm water, 60 seconds of cold water. 60 seconds of warm water, 60 seconds of cold water. How dare you think it's going to be a relaxing 15-minute shower because you're finally getting away from the toddler for a moment to feel your own body and be alone for a moment and maybe wash your hair once a week. No, you shall suffer through this because the ancestral tenet says comfort is not good for the organism.
This is just old guy wisdom. That cold plunging and all this different shit. This is all old guy shit of like, oh, you look at you getting weak. You should take a cold shower. Like all that dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
This is just like what they think manly men would think in the 60s.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like John Wayne is taking hot showers.
Gotta take
like
hot
all
showers.
these different people are taking like you take a hot shower to get the stink off you.
Yeah.
But also, again, this is a way to sell people cold plunge tubs. And this is a way to trick people. And also to make you to what's
You know who loves a cold plunge tub?
who?
Joe Rogan. Do you want to put up a picture real quick of him and his big nips?
No,
in a
stop
cold
doing
plunge?
this. Stop. Oh my God. 2 weeks ago you did this to me. And then what happened? And then Mr. Third posted it as an outtake with all bunch of psycho shit. All
Actually,
right.
I said that was the last one. I was lying because there's actually more.
There's more?
There's more. Okay, ancestral tenet number 7. is sun. The 7th ancestral tenet is sun for the natural production of vitamin D.
Okay, that's what we said earlier.
Yeah,
That's part of Connect.
No, it's a separate
Go
one.
outside.
No, it's not
this is
part
the
of
same
Connect.
one. This is the same one. Oh my
You know
God.
why I know it's not the same one? I have a link. We're watching this video. We're watching why the 7th one is different than the 5th one. Okay.
All right. Let's find out why sun is different.
The 7th ancestral tenet is sun, because our early ancestors didn't brush, didn't floss, and didn't get cavities. At the heart of midday sun is vitamin D, which works synergistically with the other fat-soluble vitamins A and K. This system enables us to remineralize our teeth, support key metabolic factors, improve energy metabolism, and optimize hormones. Liver King isn't saying don't brush your teeth. Sure, listen, if you want fresh breath, go for it. You can brush your teeth all day long. But if you want true oral health, a lean body, and all-day energy, nourish your body with sun, liver, and bone marrow.
Fool! You thought this was about going outside and getting vitamin D in your skin? No, this is about fixing your teeth through the sun from a dentist's husband.
He's a teeth truther? He's a teeth truther?
Not even anti-fluoride. He just said straight up.
He said you can
let
still-
the sun touch your teeth and you're in.
No, you know what? I'm gonna throw. This is my conspiracy theory right now.
Yeah, go
now
ahead.
that we know his wife is a dentist, okay, is that they are working with Big Dentist. They're working with Big Colgate in the back.
Yep.
To trick people into getting more cavities, so they have to get more.
Yeah. I love the idea of like he's eating raw meat.
Oh my God.
And he's like, you could brush if you want to.
Oh, you want to floss, pussy?
Yeah.
Like what? Yo, floss. Oh my God. Also, has he never been to a museum? We have a museum in Philadelphia called the Mutter Museum.
Mutter Museum, yeah.
Also known as the Mutter Museum, depending. It has an umlaut over the U.
Yeah, so we just say mutter.
We say mutter because we got dirty hoagie mouth accents. You want to go down to the fucking Mutter Museum and look at some fucking weirdo skeletons? But
Yeah.
they have a collection of skeletons. It was a guy who collected medical abnormalities and oddities from like the 1800s. And it's this crazy collection. They've gone back and forth about it, and there's been some changes to it and all these different things. But one of the things they have is a giant wall of skulls. A giant wall of skulls with different notations about all these different people and like what they did in their life, how
And
old
you're
they
not
were when
allowed
they
to take
died.
pictures of it.
You're not
and
allowed.
I know this because there's one skull that I love because I really want to take a picture of it all the time, but there's no cameras allowed. And it just says, idiot.
Yeah. But
And I know that's wrong because I know what they meant by it.
Yeah.
But it is funny to just be like, that guy, idiot.
Yeah. The big thing when looking at these things is like a lot of them are missing teeth. A lot of them are missing teeth because they didn't do cavity drilling. They just said, ow, this tooth hurts.
Pull.
Rip it out of your head.
Yeah.
They
And hope it doesn't get infected.
in India, I remember taking a class of this years and years ago. Like toothbrushing was invented later in European and Western areas, but in India they use they would use literal sticks.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have brushes. They had specific type of branches that they would break off, and they were just scraping whatever the excess off the teeth.
Yeah.
Now, do we have higher cavities today because we put so much sugar in everything?
Because of the corn syrup.
Yes. Because of corn syrup, but also because of the sugar injections and so many different things, and because we have a completely different diet than we used to. Yeah. That is true. That part of it's true. Shining the sun on it, listen.
I just like that you thought Ancestral Tenets sun was going to be the same as Connect. Flawed human
because
you are.
I just thought, hey, son, you just need to get sun on your face. That's what it should be. But also, here's the thing. Is I was thinking about this with the cold plunge. He was born in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
There isn't that much cold down there.
Yeah.
You have to artificially generate cold there. Mm-hmm. So you're going to artificially generate cold so you can be more
uncomfortable.
Okay, exactly. But, and when I'm listening to him talk about this stuff, he started dropping vitamins. He started dropping specific, like, I think...
Vitamin K, vitamin A.
Yeah, but he was dropping all these different things that he learned in biochemistry because he knows enough science that we don't know as listeners, so we can't refute him immediately.
Yeah.
That's what these guys do. It's a very classic. Very classic.
Quack, quack. So ancestral tenet number 8 is fight.
Okay.
The 8th ancestral tenet, fight. Take real risks. Find opportunities to thrive in the modern world. And I thought this was funny because remember, the only reason I really agreed to do this is because he's tried to fight Joe Rogan.
He tried to fight Joe Rogan. He's like, you're going to choke me out, Joe Rogan. He got so fucking weird about it. But God damn it. All right.
You got to fight. Okay. Now,
again, this is one of those things where high level enough, extracted further enough. Yes, you should take risks in life.
Yeah.
You shouldn't try the Star Trek Next Generation episode Tapestry. Perfect example. How if Jean-Luc Picard never took any risks in life, he would just be a middling science officer and never live the life he did.
Yeah.
In this incredible kind of what's the Christmas movie? The Christmas movie where the guy's going to jump off the bridge and the angel It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
There's a Star Trek episode that is straight up with Q and Jean-Luc Picard that is It's a Wonderful Life if you hadn't been stabbed in the heart by an alien sailor. That is the entire episode. It's incredible. You should take risks. You should not be obviously failure is a big fear. It was a big fear of mine for a very long time until one day I just decided no. And I switched my mentality on some different things. I can't explain to you my reasoning because it'll get this episode demonetized. But in all of that, you should feel comfortable enough to take risks if you can. And that's the thing with sun. Looking at the sun one, I just keep thinking back to this. If you live in Alaska, you're gonna have under his idea, you have terrible teeth.
Yeah.
Because there's how many months of the year?
Not enough.
Where there isn't enough vitamin D, so you have to go out, you have to go. But he's saying you have to have the sun, it has to be natural. You need to go outside and touch your bare feet to the earth.
He said if you're still too weak to put your feet in the snow, then you can hug a tree. That was the caveat.
Okay, cool. What about if you're down? What if you're in any of these areas that don't have fucking trees? Like, I mean, there's so many different things where he's hoping you don't extract this to the opposite end of the extreme. But also that we have places on the earth where his ancestral tenets literally don't work.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas is where everything happens.
All right,
so.
What's the final?
Okay, let's close it out. You ready? Ancestral tenet number 9 is bond. The 9th ancestral tenet is bond. Embrace the power of connection, support, and traditions to enhance your well-being. That's right. Make some friends.
So that's what we thought number 5 was.
Nope.
I thought number 5 connect was.
No.
Yeah, make friends. Go be. Oh my God, this is.
So we got ready, sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold, sun, fight, bond.
Literally, almost all of these are just normal things.
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 gets weird, but the rest. Oh, so 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Listen, he rebranding things that we all generally know we should do. It's kind of like when I'm like, hey, why don't you drink water and go take the dog for a walk? And you're like, oh, I don't want to. And then you come back from drinking a glass of water and walking the dog, and you're like, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, I had a good think about it.
Yeah, and then you're mad. It's kind of like when you start working out and going to the gym, you're like, I fucking hate that I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Now that I've been working out and going outside.
My
and
shoulder
talking to
feeling
people.
sore in this different type of way makes me feel a little bit better, and it gets me a little tiny endorphin rush.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that they're right. I hate that people are right about it. He's just rebranding the thing we know that, like, except for maybe the using the sun as your dental care. I feel like maybe that one's probably not great.
Don't do that. But what you should do is listen to these following ads. Unless you've joined us at ProMania500.net. And we're back. What's next?
Listen to me. Swords.
Swords?
Swords. So we had the tenets, but now there are swords.
Okay.
And now the 4 swords, there's 4 of them, they represent being a man. And is it phallic? Maybe. I don't know. Number 1, man is the first sword.
Okay.
It's my biological imperative, and it amplifies my value and impact in my other roles.
Wait, time out. These are his 4 swords that represents being a man, and one of the swords itself is man.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Number 2 sword, father. To affirm my boys with the depth of challenge, worth, and potential, so that one day they come to believe in themselves as self-made kings.
All right.
Okay. 3, husband sword. My complementary opposite, the balance to my blade, my lioness, my soulmate. You attract your complementary opposite. So if you want a 10, you have to create an internal value in yourself that you are a 10. If you want a 2, remain a 2, and so forth. I'll take a 10. I call her my queen, liver queen.
Okay. The balance to my blade, what is he, Thanos? Mm-hmm. This is fucking crazy.
The 4th and final sword is CEO. because 4,000 a day kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates, and there's something we can goddamn do about it. It's called ancestral living.
Wait, okay, all right. Wait, and he says our people. He just means all men are his people, but not women.
No.
Okay, got it. Okay, so he's not racist.
He's sexist.
He's incredibly
Unless you're complimentary, but you only get to be complimentary to your number.
If he's specifically, he's not sexist. If you're specifically his wife, If everyone else though,
yeah, go fuck yourselves.
if you wanted to, here's the thing. Can I just at the husband one just about this whole numbering system?
Yeah, okay.
Can I throw?
You want to talk about your swords? You want to throw some swords?
No, I just want to. I want to throw. I want to chip this blade a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. On his numbering system.
Sure.
With one example.
Okay.
Benny Blanco. Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
That doesn't line up.
No.
Also, me and you.
Yeah.
Because every single person who has ever seen us together
Yeah.
has always said the entire time, that doesn't make sense. Especially when we first started dating. When we first started dating, I had random men stop me and being like, the fuck's going on here? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
She's too pretty for you. And I would go, oh, okay. All right.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Man, father, husband, CEO.
The fact that 3 of those things existed ancestrally. CEO has been invented in the last 75 years. It stands for Chief Executive Officer.
Well, he is the CEO of liverking.com.
Well, of course he's the CEO. Actually, no.
And we should
no,
all.
No, you don't know that. You actually don't know that.
No, you're
because
right,
here's
I
the
don't
thing. If he's smart, he probably did some weird shit where it's actually in like her secret name.
Yeah.
Because he watched that one episode of Arrested Development. He's like, well, they can't make a wife testify, and then the liver queen will be safe over the side. But as we've learned from the Chrisleys in this episode, okay, I've got to stop linking to prior things.
So we've talked about the swords. We've talked about the ancestral tenets, but those are all sidebars, truly, because the real crux of the Liver King belief system is in the name. Raw meat, specifically livers. You gotta fuel your body like our ancestors did. Nose to tail, liver to marrow. That's the raw power our bodies crave. And that's how we became apex predators, the fiercest hunters on earth. Ditch the processed poison and get on the liver train to dominate your life. Liver is king.
Okay, real quick. I
Did I sell it? Did I do it?
You did.
Nailed it.
So much that I thought for a second that these were your words.
No.
I did not realize you were reading a direct quote from the website again.
Yeah.
And until you said liver is king, I was like, what is taking over my wife? Also, I love that it's liver. I'm obsessed that it's liver.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? Because it just makes them all an old Jewish grandpa in New York going to Cat's Deli requesting a liver sandwich. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's so crazy.
You could get me into Liver King if you cooked it, because your girl loves a liverwurst sandwich.
Yeah.
And it grosses you out every time I get in.
I know, it's so
because what
disgusting.
happens is like I get in a little mood where
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want a liverwurst sandwich. And like you can't just buy 2 slices of liverwurst. You gotta buy a couple, like a pound. And so then I gotta get the Swiss cheese, I gotta get the onions, I gotta get the rye bread, in my case gluten-free rye bread. It's a real bummer, but we do with what we can. And it's not like I just eat one and I'm done. It's like I have to eat liverwurst sandwiches for the rest of the week at that point.
Yeah.
And every day you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing it again. And I'm just happier than pig and shit because I love a little liverwurst every once in a while.
Well, can I tell you? And that's the thing about liverwurst and other things. So, like, when you go to the deli, most people order the same 3 meats. They get turkey, ham, roast beef. I feel like that is like kind of like the main 3.
Yeah.
Right? But it's the same thing in regular meat, right? We have these specific cuts. Most people are getting chicken breast.
Yeah.
Most people are not a lot of people are going to pork anymore, right? And a lot of people, if they're getting beef, they're getting like certain cuts of beef that are very much more common. We used to have actually a wider variety of foods that you used to be able to get. We've had through factories and through food processing, it's been very much narrowed down. Like you don't go to a grocery store and buy quail.
No.
You don't go there and get these other different types of animals, all these different things. So like there's a tiny little thing in what he's saying about this, but the nose to tail bullshit is like fake white guy talking about Native Americans.
I'm going to tell you in a couple minutes why he's doing this from my perspective,
Got
and
it.
you're going to understand.
Okay, got it.
But I do need to say real quick that the thing that makes me laugh about Liver King
Mm.
and his obsession with eating liver is like you shouldn't eat liver that much because liver is really high in vitamin A and actually can become poisonous if you eat too much of it.
Oh, okay.
And like when I was pregnant, I wasn't even allowed to eat liver because vitamin A is dangerous in high amounts. And so like for him to be not even cooking it and eating it is crazy. Like he could have vitamin A or copper poisoning at this point.
Got it.
Anyway, in all of his videos and TikToks, he is doing really dumb workouts. Like I said, he's running through the woods carrying big heavy chains, or he'll have a weighted vest with like holding kettlebells and also have ankle weights on. And then he's like pretending to hunt deer. So he has all these weights on his body and then he's running, but then he like throws a dart like he's an ancient man.
Like a spear or something.
A spear,
Yeah.
So like he just keeps throwing spears. Like he's like, I just got to get ready for the hunt. And you're like, bro, we know you go to the grocery store. And he loves eating raw meat. He also loves eating testicles because he believes that eating raw testicles, you're absorbing the masculine from that animal. You know what I mean?
This is why he's obsessed with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan used to run Fear Factor. He was the host of Fear Factor, where they famously made people eat testicles, typically actually raw testicles,
Yum, 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 yum.
for a lot of their challenges.
Yeah.
So you could win like $10,000.
Yeah.
Because he's literally just doing Fear Factor for himself.
Yeah.
Also, I now know, this is definitely where that one guy, the guy who dumps his face in the water.
Oh, yeah.
That guy who's now the chief alpha guy on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's stealing a lot of this stuff. It's so funny when you like, everyone just robs everyone of all this different stuff.
So here's the thing. Okay. Telling people to eat raw dick meat isn't going to fill up your bank account.
No.
Right? Unless you're the one selling the meat. And so what he does and what the crux of all of this is we're going to sell some pills.
Oh.
Okay? And so he sells pills called Ancestral Supplements. And I have them here for you to look at.
Yep.
Beef liver pills, beef thyroid, beef organs, colostrum, all these things. So he puts all these different things in pill form so that you can buy them and he does imply a lot in his videos that you're weak for needing them because he's strong enough to just eat the raw liver.
He's negging
You're
us.
a little bitch.
Yeah, he's negging us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is classic pickup artist move.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the whole thing is, and this is my theory on the tail, the buttholes and all the other parts of the meat, is it's expensive to buy meat. Right. So like you were saying, most people buy the chicken breast. They don't buy the chicken thighs. They don't buy the other parts of the chicken because and slicing all those specific portions out makes them the most expensive cuts of meat. They're the filet mignon. They're the this, they're that.
Yeah.
All that other stuff, the parts and such that goes into sausages and hot dogs, that's cheaper because it's not as wanted. And so for him, getting all of the ears and tails to grind them up into pill form is cheaper than buying high quality meat product.
Got it.
So he's getting the lowest cost
Meats.
possible organ meats,
Yeah.
processing them down into powders, putting them in the capsules, and then selling them for, let me see this, $124 for a starter pack of 3 bottles. So he's charging a higher amount, but he's actually using the lowest cost buy-in for these pills.
Got it. And here's what I'm going to guess.
What?
Because famously from the Alex Jones lawsuit, because Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist, he
Yes.
pushes a lot of like brain pills and all this other different, it's very similar stuff. He did a big thing for him for a while, especially as Liver King was getting big, was bone broth.
Bone broth.
Which is just broth. It's just broth. It's just it's just the same one you can get for $3 a pint at the grocery
It has
store.
like maybe 1 gram more of protein.
Which you can just add.
Just fucking protein, dude.
You can just add a little bit the same way Khloe Kardashian did to her popcorn, which you will not stop talking about. The cloud. But I'm wondering.
The way that I like to torture you with the Kardashians.
So fucking. It is.
People are like, what's your hobby? Is it the gardening?
No, it is.
Is it this? Is that? It's finding out things about the Kardashian.
Can I tell
and then
you?
slamming them into my husband's brain.
Can I tell you something? I did 2 recent podcast interviews because I'm trying to get on more pods, right?
Yeah.
And trying to get the name out there more. And the one was like, why do you know all this random information? I'm like, because sometimes I hear stuff and like it just gets logged. It just gets logged away, and I go, oh, that's an interesting little factoid, and then my brain will get triggered and kind of like make a connection later.
Yeah.
But it's getting harder.
Okay.
And it's not because of the baby. It's because of the fucking Kardashians. Okay?
They're taking up a lot of room.
But getting back to this bullshit that he's selling, I love your theory. I think it's a great theory.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the one. I don't think he's sourcing, making the pills. I don't think he's doing any of those different things. I think the whole thing is a marketing scam because I wonder if this is from the same exact factory as both Alex Jones and Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop.
Goopin'.
Because Gwyneth Paltrow and Alex Jones famously had the same supplier. They just put a different label on it. Oh, are you a lady who wants to get this specific type of weird smelling candle? That's from that supply chain over there. Oh, do you want the bucket of whatever because you're afraid that the Methuselan lizard people are about to come steal your baby? That's from that one over there. It's the same. It's all from the same warehouse.
Can I tell you something very funny? It reminds me of when all of the Chinese factories started posting on TikTok about how they're making the Hermes bags and shit. Here's something really interesting though. This website that I've linked you to, he's not even on it anymore. They've removed him. It's just Ancestral Living. And it takes a really long time to click through. I had to click through a while to find any nod to Liver King. And the only thing that's there is like a picture of him and his family from behind. So you can't even really tell it's him. So there's something going on with the marketing where they're trying to pull back on him being the face of this brand, even though he is. Yeah. Also, he also makes a protein powder.
Of course he does.
Called the Whole Feast. As someone who drinks protein powder, because I have to keep my protein up, it is a modern day protein powder, but it doesn't leave us abandoned and malnourished like the others, because this one has nose to tail nourishment. It has organ meats, blood, colostrum, all this stuff. I can't think of anything grosser to mix with strawberries and a banana. Disgusting. When I was reading up on this is when I like had to walk away. You found me in the room one day and I was like, I don't feel good.
This was it. It was picturing this inside.
Well, also there was like a video of him. It was a whole thing. Yeah. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah. So I just scrolled down a little bit on the page and I like 10 out of 10 lions eat the whole feast. A primal protein shake that's delicious as fuck. Yeah. But also, here's the thing. There's no way to tell if a powder is actually any of this different stuff, or if it's not just, I'm sure if we flip it over because of FDA regulations, it'll actually be listing the different chemicals. Yeah. The chemical breakdown of many of these different things.
Hey, we're against chemicals.
I know we're against chemicals, but that's one of the big things is it's never just the actual like, oh, this is broccoli. Oh, well, we actually have to, well, because we've done some processing on this. It's not this. It's actually this riboflavic acid. Yeah. Oh, okay. What does that mean? You know what I mean?
Listen, but if you thought that I was already upset by the grossest protein shake of all time. Yeah. He also makes a bar, like a protein bar. And your girl be living on protein bars every once in a while. And this one took me out because this is the description. Liver King Bar is a hormone-optimizing, alpha-organizing, dessert-worthy primal snack loaded with the most alpha food on earth, liver. The Liver King functional toppings to conquer cravings, promote satiety, and energy. Some say it's expensive, but the price is what you pay. Value is what you get. If you want more, do more. It's the one and only bar of its kind. It's almond butter, okay. Protein powder, which is made of egg white protein. Okay, so that's fine, but we're still not at flavor here. Whey protein, okay, that's what's usually in bars. Collagen, beef liver, ghee, and pink Himalayan salt. I need you to know that that's everything. There's not a chocolate to hide a flavor. There's not a peanut butter to give a little sweet. There's not a stevia. It's beef liver, almond butter, and egg whites.
Jesus Christ.
And I can't think. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, but the thing is here, just like with cold showers, right? Just like with cold plunges, if it tastes good, then you're weak. Yeah. It needs to taste like cardboard.
Your girl is weak because even this morning I was like, let me get a protein shake, put a little scoop of dehydrated coffee powder and maybe a banana because I got to have a quick breakfast.
It's just fucking crazy.
Because ever since I was never a smoothie person, but since the baby, it's like, sometimes I'm just like, how many vegetables and protein can I get into a cup as quickly as possible and then into my body.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm weak for needing to be a little chocolate flavored. Okay. Life is hard enough.
This is so gross. I mean, who's buying this shit?
A lot of people. He makes over $100 million a year selling these supplements.
$100 million
A year.
a year?
A year.
I would do 1 year. I'd get out. Like, why are you still doing it?
So here's the thing.
100? No, shut up. 100 million? Mm-hmm. 100.
This is why I'm saying the unregulated nose and tail powder is such a cheap buy-in that he sells it with such a high profit margin.
No. You know what? I'm so mad right now. We'll be right back after this. Sorry, guys. I got so mad that I found out that the Liver King makes $100 million a year selling butthole powder that I had to throw to a commercial. I was like, no. Please. Oh, my God. Why does evil reign? Oh, because it's capitalism. It's capitalism.
Yeah.
In capitalism, there is going to be a king. Mm-hmm. There always ends up reverting to a monarchy.
Yep.
Here we are, and our monarch is a stupid idiot who convinces guys to eat raw liver pills so then they can have big titty He-Man muscles to look like a WWF action figure from like he's the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that I don't think you're understanding is that if you follow the ancestral tenets, if you take the pills because you're too weak to eat the raw liver yourself, you little bitch.
You little pussy.
And also follow the 4 swords of manhood.
Okay.
Then you can look like him, be all muscular. And it's definitely not that he's relying on anabolic steroids or any other supplementation.
Okay.
And how dare you fucking say it?
All right. Why would I? Because I believe the Liver King fully.
Because he's been saying for years he doesn't take steroids. He's never taken steroids. He's never taken any type of human growth hormone. It's just the liver. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, because in 2022, another YouTuber named More Plates, More Dates, hate that name, revealed that Brian Johnson, Liver King, had been spending more than $11,000 a month on steroids. He had receipts. He made a whole YouTube video about it, and he showed Liver King emailing his supplier back and forth asking about upping dosages, all the different, because he was on all different kinds of things.
Oh.
And he was he was doing all kinds, but $11,000 a month.
On steroids.
On steroids
and
alone.
HGH.
Yep.
And all these other different. Okay, so this information was released by who?
A YouTuber named More Plates, More Dates.
So this was, I just want to point something out.
Yeah.
This was a Jim Bro alpha on alpha crime. That is incredible. It's much like we were just talking about with everything going on with the Epstein file bullshit and Trump and how it's the conservatives are all trying to figure out like, no, my angle's the one everyone should be listening to. Fuck you. And so More Plates, More Dates, which is I'm just going to guess name alone.
Yeah.
If you work out in this way, then you can fuck more ladies.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's implying.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Sure that's what he's implying.
We are not doing research on that.
Looking
We're
it up.
not confirming it. So in our opinion,
Allegedly.
More Plates, More Dates is not good. But he did the funny. And here's the thing, $11,000 a month if you're making $100 million a year. I wonder if he wrote it off.
He probably did. It's a business expense.
It's a business expense to have big titty He-Man muscles, right? Because every picture of the Liver King is the grossest picture I've ever seen. Ugh. He always has like the vein pops and all this other different shit. They're always insane looking. Yeah. He's always shirtless.
Also, I've heard he smells. A lot of people that have interviewed him in real life say he smells awful. And I assume that's because he doesn't believe in soap. Mm-hmm. He's running around barefoot and stinky in the woods. Yeah. And he doesn't brush his teeth.
And he's eating raw meat. And he's eating raw meat as a stunt. Yeah. Because I don't believe. And here's the thing. This is how I first heard of Liver King. Yeah. Was when it came out that like he's on the roids. Yeah. And as I was like, yeah. I saw like one picture of him. I was like, yeah. I've watched professional wrestling since 1989.
Since like before my frontal lobe.
Developed. Dude. I legit. I sat there. I've seen big Hulk Hogan. I've seen skinny Hulk Hogan. I've seen racist Hulk Hogan. I've seen reformed, also weird porno Hulk Hogan. I've seen every form of Hulk Hogan.
Isn't The Rock getting off steroids? Isn't that a thing I saw on the internet?
Allegedly. So here's the thing about a lot of them. There is no regulations around movie stars
Yeah.
doing any of these different things. I think at one point, if I remember correctly, and that Sylvester Stallone got busted with HGH around the time when he was filming one of the newer Rocky movies.
Well, yeah.
Like there's all these different
You could just stop making those.
Yeah. But a lot of these guys are on a ton of gas to get their bodies like that. Like here's a fun one. Mr. Third put up a picture of Hugh Jackman from X-Men 1
Oh man.
versus Hugh Jackman for Wolverine Deadpool. Mm-hmm. And that is you don't get that by just eating chicken.
Are you sure?
I just eat chicken and broccoli and I cut. No, not. It's a fucking like 6-month production.
Yep.
I knew guys who, I worked with a guy who did bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I went to a bodybuilding competition.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Remember the first time I got introduced to him? This is a little story about me real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I met this person you worked with that was into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And he looked great.
He looked
great shape.
Yeah.
But he was carrying around a gallon of water.
Yeah, he had one of those giant, he was one of the Hydro Homie bottles.
Just a big old gallon of water. And he was like talking to me and he was like, I gotta use the restroom. And then he would make a joke about how many times a day he has to go to the bathroom because he's always drinking like a gallon of water because he was on a cut. And then he like told me quickly like what the cut was. And I looked at him dead in the eyes and I said, this is a really bummer of a hobby, dude.
Yeah.
Like if your hobby involves a cut and drinking that much water to be a part of it, I was like, I don't know about this hobby, man.
Well, so one of the things that was crazy to me from working with a bodybuilder is like he was also like a personal trainer. He was a very fit guy. And he was a very handsome guy. He had really great personality, all this different stuff. When he had the bodybuilding competition, they have to cut all these different calories. Mm-hmm. And then they also dehydrate themselves at the very end.
Yeah.
That's how they get the muscle, the pop in the arm for the vein, the vascularity, all that different stuff. So all of these dudes in the last couple days, I'm working with him in daylight hours by a big window. We have customers coming in and he looks like he is dying of cancer.
Yeah.
Because the face gets really gaunt and sunken in, his eyes are receding, all these different things. And so when I went, the reason they do all of this different stuff is so that way they look good on their stage lights.
Yeah.
Because then under the stage lights with the very specific lighting, it makes them look better. And the white guys in these competitions, they oil themselves up with so much fake tanner that when you see them in actual daylight, I thought they were in blackface.
Yeah.
Like they look so crazy. And so in all of this different stuff, he talked to me a lot about how there are actually in the bodybuilding world, there are separate competitions. There's one competition for natural. Yeah. These are guys who go in there and they take drug testing. And then there's another form of bodybuilding now where they're straight up like, yeah, we do it. We take HGH, we take steroids, we take all those different things.
Yeah.
Because why not? In sports, you have performance-enhancing drugs like anabolic steroids. You have HGH, and there's all these other crazy ones.
There's a lot of them.
There's tons of them
that nobody talks about.
That nobody talks about. But then randomly, some guy will get busted. We have like pitchers all the time who get busted for taking like ADHD medication in baseball teams. They're like, yeah, the game's boring.
Yeah.
So if you're taking Adderall, you're cheating. Baseball's insanely boring.
Yeah.
You're taking Adderall so you can remember
to. The fun part of baseball is eating hot dogs.
The fun part of baseball is getting
Philly fanatic.
The fun part of baseball is getting so drunk they ask you to leave.
The fun part of baseball is seeing if you can catch a t-shirt shot out of a cannon.
The fun part of baseball is watching a man who's not paying attention get clocked in the head with a foul ball.
The fun part of baseball is eating a smoked turkey leg.
The fun part of baseball is paying $45 for a hat that you're never going to wear again.
Anyway, listen. So again, his whole brand is liver does this, liver makes you this way.
But in reality, it's all.
But it's mostly just the steroids.
It's just the roids, baby.
So one of the guys who's been following the tenets decides to file a class action lawsuit against him and invites a bunch of people to sue him. Nobody else joined, which I think is the funniest thing. It was allegedly dismissed because again, I always look for court documents.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything except for that it was dismissed with a complaint of prejudice. So that means there could have been a settlement, but there's no way of knowing.
Yeah. Also, this is very funny because Liver King has negged all these guys.
Yeah.
Has called them pussies. And you fucking won't actually eat the meat, take my goddamn pills. And these guys are so dumb.
Yeah.
They're too scared to join up in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
This is straight up out of Mark Twain.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing in Mark Twain. This is very funny. I love this. Ooh, I love this. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
He just face turned for me. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this.
Liver King released an apology video.
I remember that.
As one does. But when you watch the whole thing, in my opinion, he basically pivots the entire convo from what he did wrong and says the only reason he did the thing that he did wrong was because so many men are killing themselves, and he was just trying to cut the rate of male suicide with his ancestral tenets. So basically he was doing the steroids to save other men.
It's the same way Hulk Hogan was doing steroids to get popular enough to tell children to say their prayers and eat their vitamins.
Exactly.
It's a you know what? Honestly, yay!
So
that's good. This is a level of evil that I could not actually imagine doing. I don't know how your first tenet is sleep, right, Liver King? I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you close your eyes each night while claiming that you're trying to keep young men or just men in general from suicide while you steal their money and you convince them that they're weak.
Yeah.
You are part of a pipeline that is making men lonelier. So you're tricking them into eating liver, into not wearing shoes, to run around in the dirt all day, to not brush their teeth, and then you wonder why the fuck they're killing themselves. They're lonely, you weird fuck. Again, going back to 2 weeks ago when I yelled on the pod about how all of these fucking algorithms are making men insane and now they're trying to sell them AI big titty Mecha Hitler Grok girlfriends. That started as a joke, but I think it's real. Guys, I'm getting deep. We're getting deep. We're gonna find out here, folks.
After he had to make his apology video, he did decide to go natty, as you were saying.
Oh, yeah,
as the kids say. They went natty. And guess what? Guess what?
What?
He starts eating vegetables.
What?
That's right. Fiber's in here, baby. But he's still eating bull testicles.
Wait, he wasn't eating vegetables
No,
before?
he believed that vegetables were like poisonous or some shit. He was like, they're a waste of time.
He never pooped?
I don't think he did.
Brother,
I think if he did, he had a lot of Miralax helping him.
Brother, wait, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Brother, to all the listeners out there, find a salad you like. I know that there's a few of you out there who I don't like vegetables. Find a salad. Salad isn't about the vegetables. It's about the dressing. Eat one, give it a day.
Yeah, let it work its magic.
You're going to be shocked. I can't tell you, when I first met Mrs. P, I didn't cook for myself a lot. No. I was very much if I did, it was a microwave meal.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't have factor meals. I didn't have all these different stuff. I didn't get a lot of vegetables. I started dating Mrs. P, started eating better. I moved in with Mrs. P, started eating better. I married Mrs. P. And then one day she turned to me, she said, if you don't eat 2 vegetables every fucking day, and let me tell y'all, I didn't know how backed up I was for how many years. And this isn't about, I'm not trying to push you a specialty diet. I'm not trying to push anything out there. Just drink a glass of water, a couple glasses of water a day. Just make sure, hey, get a little bit of water. I'm not going to give you a percentage, just enough that you feel good. And then throw a vegetable in there.
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 times a week, throw a vegetable in there.
These are our ancestral tenets.
These are our ancestral tenets.
Have vegetables. Let me tell you the secret.
And then maybe get a bidet.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Maybe get a bidet. You're going to love it.
Let me tell you about the secret of vegetables. Is that salad dressings and dips, they do not take away the nutritional value of the vegetable itself.
Yes.
So a lot of people are like, well, if I have to put ranch on it, it disqualifies the health. Wrong. Okay? You're still getting the vitamins and minerals from the vegetable itself. And yes, you're getting an extra calorie schmallery. Who cares?
Yeah.
If a little bit of ranch or blue cheese dressing is going to help convince you to eat a bunch of peppers, cucumbers, or a bowl of lettuce of some sort, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the nutritional outcome. You're still getting the fiber. You're still getting the nutrients. Add your ranch. Add your blue cheese. This is my ancestral tenet.
Celery and carrot sticks next to a big thing of wings.
Let's
that
go.
counts.
That counts.
Guess what? You just described me some vegetables. All right? And on top of that, you got protein
Also,
in there.
the celery has a lot of water. Counts as water.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
me.
One less glass of water you need to have.
Go. Okay, so it's
And this episode's been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
absolutely not.
No, this is Buffalo Wild. We have some family members who love Buffalo Wild Wings in a way, and we are always like, why? And then the few times we've gone to them, like everyone there knew them, and I was like, I would not. If I took somebody to Buffalo Wild Wings and the bartender and the waitress and the hostess were like, hey, first name, I would never bring somebody.
I would move.
It's weird enough for me when I'm at the grocery store and someone goes, Pearlmania, I didn't know you shopped here. And I go, oh, God, I got to go find a new grocery store. Like, with the hostess, I walked in and she was like, hey, there's my special guy. I'd be like, I'm done.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo what? BB Dub?
BB Dubs. So at some point, the Liver King decides he agrees to do a Netflix documentary. Which I didn't watch because I don't have fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
But I read up on it, and apparently it's all dumb as shit and is like trying really hard to make Liver King seem like he's a normal guy, but it's almost impossible. And I did find out from a friend that, and I looked this up to confirm it, at one point, again, it's set up like a reality documentary, like reality show.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of people filming, and then the family's going about their day.
Is it multi-episode or is it one single?
I think it's one single thing.
Okay, so it's like 90 minutes. All right.
And so during they're having this conversation, but then the family, Liver King, his wife, and the two kids, the two sons, go outside and they're going to go on a hunt. And so during this hunt, there's like a cow or some type of animal, like I think it's like a cow or a deer in the middle of a field near their house. Again, they have land out back of their huge mansion. And they run towards it. Liver King shoots it and kills it with like a crossbow, I think.
Okay.
And then the family starts ripping it apart and basically eating it raw in the field because they want to get it as raw as possible. And so as I was reading up on confirming that this happened, I was like, Liver King definitely has brainworms. Like he has RFK Jr. brainworms. That's crazy behavior.
Yeah, you cook meat
For a reason.
to kill any parasites that are in there, to kill any bacteria that could harm you. That's why you cook meat.
Yeah.
And that doesn't kill that doesn't kill the nutrients.
No.
That doesn't, and like eating raw, like listen, eating sushi, eating beef carpaccio, there are ways that you can have raw meat.
Yeah, but they're not really raw. They freeze the tuna so that
Yes.
it kills everything. With beef carpaccio, you're using lime or some type of acidic thing to kill any germs or whatever. Anyway, that was like, so this Netflix documentary comes out. People are watching this. They're trying to use the Netflix documentary to be like, no, look how cool and normal we are. And then people are like, this is awful. This is terrible. These people are awful, terrible people.
Yeah.
Also, there's one thing I looked up. I only found out from when I was Googling and looking into the Netflix documentary that I didn't notice until the very end. Can I tell you what it is?
Yeah, sure.
I told you he has two sons.
Yeah, he has two kids.
Guess what the first one's name is?
No idea.
Stryker. Stryker. Stryker.
Okay, can I tell you? That is a character from Mortal Kombat 2, I believe. Yep. He's the only Mortal Kombat character with a gun, because his job, you know how like in Mortal Kombat they're like, this guy's a laser eye, like this guy has 4 arms. He is a cop with a gun. Like that is his whole thing. And so everyone
Stryker.
else is doing crazy jumps, and Stryker just pulls a gun and shoots them.
Stryker's the older son, I believe. Guess
Stryker?
what his younger son's name is?
What is Stryker's brother's name?
Rad. Middle name Ickle. Last name Johnson.
Rad Ickle Johnson?
Rad. Middle name Ickle. Last name Johnson.
Oh my God. You said at the beginning of this, Liver King was born in 1978.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of this, you said he was born in 1978. Okay, so this is the most Gen X, brain rotted, brain wormed, honestly. Brain wormed. They're eating raw meat.
Yeah.
He's got his sons doing it too.
Yeah. Stryker and Rad
Ickle. Jesus Christ.
So anyway, okay.
That space is doing a lot of work. Hey, what's your name? Here's the thing. When you name somebody like that, right? And obviously our queen named her
Trisha
son
Paytas, Aquaman.
What you are, I want you to think though, is like when you're naming somebody anything, a child anything, it's like, yeah, you can picture them going through high school and like the bullying or whatever that can happen there. But also just picture them as adults.
Yeah,
Like
Rad.
picture them at a bar trying to introduce himself to a woman and being like, what's your name? Oh, my name's Rad Ickle. And they're like, fuck you. Like, just throw a drink. You're not getting my real number.
No,
I don't know.
fine.
I'm going to spend that. I would be like, my name's Rad. Oh, Ickle. What?
So we got to close out this episode. We've been going for a long time
Yes.
talking about Liver King.
Yeah.
But so the whole thing that was on the news recently that we talked about was that Joe Rogan went and went down to where Joe Rogan lives.
The Liver King went to Joe Rogan.
That's right.
Yes.
Liver King decided he was going to go find Joe Rogan and fight him. I don't know exactly why he decided he wanted to fight him.
It was a fight fuck situation.
A lot of people think that it was because in the Netflix documentary, after it came out, there were clips of Joe Rogan talking shit. But those clips are actually from years ago. And like, I don't know why they recently made him mad or whatever. So he decides he's going to go down there and fight him. It doesn't work out. He gets arrested. And here's the thing. I just need to show you a video from Liver King's Instagram.
Okay.
After he had been arrested, he was then released to his own recognizance, as rich people do, because, again, rich people don't experience the same consequences of the law.
Okay.
And so I'm going to show you this video. Hold on right now.
Why is he crawling on all fours like a monkey?
Okay. So Liver King, in this video he posted, this is his video he posted after he was released, is crawling on all fours through a hotel hallway with an ankle monitor on.
Oh, I see the ankle monitor now. He stood
Yeah.
up. I just saw it. Oh, my God. There's the ankle monitor.
And here's the thing. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to do, to post, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing that blew my mind. Do you know where he's at? The Four Seasons Hotel. He's staying at the Four Seasons. And
That's not the ground floor.
yeah,
He's not connected to the earth.
he's not connected.
First thing, any hotel, for the love of God, on behalf of the other patrons, wear fucking shoes in the common hallway.
This is what I'm saying. Can you imagine? You've spent, I looked it up. I looked up the hotel. Anywhere between $1,000 to $6,000 a night to stay at this Four Seasons.
Yeah.
And you imagine you spent, let's say, middle ground, $3,000 a night, and you open your door to go get ice from the hall.
And Liver King is crawling.
Crawling
He's
barefoot,
crawling on all fours.
stinking.
With a blinking ankle
Tongue
monitor
is
on.
blue.
Oh, yeah, because he does the methylene blue. He does that. I looked at his, before we started this, I did open up his Instagram briefly, and the top thing was an ad for methylene blue.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is with you guys in this? It's a fucking dye. It's just a dye.
It's their new thing.
It's their new thing.
You have to switch it up all the time
because it was ivermectin.
Yep.
And honestly, he should take ivermectin.
He really should.
He should, because he is
anybody's gonna
full
take
of parasites. Ivermectin is designed to kill parasites, and that man is literally bulging with worms.
You need some fiber to help get him out too.
Oh my God. Yeah, eat a vegetable.
Yeah.
This is not for you, the listeners out there. This is not advice for you. To the Liver King. What's his name again?
Brian Johnson.
Brian Michael Johnson. Brian Michael Johnson, if you're listening to this. Number one, we are not going to fight fuck. Number two, it's not happening, buddy. If I don't want to touch you. I don't want you near me. You smell like a horse tack shop through my phone, okay? Mm-hmm. For the love of God, buddy, take some ivermectin, eat some more vegetables, go see a doctor, okay? Mm-hmm. Get off the gas, because it's rotting your brain, but it's all of these things are having a very detrimental effect. Brian, I'm going to call you Brian. Brian, at some point, clearly, you were an intelligent man. And just like the Nelk Boys, just like Joe Rogan, just like Andrew Schultz, just like all these other fucking psychopaths out there, you figured out how to game an algorithm, and you thought that made you powerful. But the algorithm has now gamed you. The video that Mrs. P just showed me of you climbing around on all fours inside the Four Seasons, not being grounded to the earth, one of your own fucking tenants. In that video, it has under 10,000 likes, but it has over 4,000 comments. Bud, you got ratioed. You're getting increasingly ratioed.
Yeah.
Your numbers, I guarantee you, are going down. They removed your face from your own Ancestral Tenet sales website. It's happening, bud. Much like the painter of light. The man, who is the guy who paints Thomas Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
You're off the rails. And your family is just waiting for the inevitable moment when you are no longer on this earth, so then they can remarket you and decouple you from the brand that you've already built up. So look around you. Look closely at Stryker and Rad Ickle. Look to your liver queen and wonder, who's plotting for your liver throne? And that's been our episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week for more Quack Month and get a shirt. Heyo!